You're watching Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing and Woody Anderson Ford.
Hey, welcome in everyone to our Friday Night Blitz OT show. Thanks so much for joining us. It's all about more highlights and more scores from games around the state and most notably North Alabama. Of course, before we get started, we'd like to give a big shout out to all of our teammates that join us throughout this journey from week 0 all the way through the state championships. And that is our sponsors and partnerships there. To Drake State Community College, thank you for being part of our Friday Night Blitz OT show tonight and throughout the entire high school football season. Let's get right to it, folks. We start tonight with a matchup between a Class 6A and 5A team. 6A's James Clemens on the road against the Black Bears of Austin. I'll tell you what, Jets were ready to rock and roll. I mean, they were warp speed to open the game. That's Matthew Evers going to find Jackson Kimberly for the touchdown. That made a quick 12-0 score. Next play from scrimmage, man, just not good for the Black Bears. Jets defense comes up with the takeaway, and then this young fella right here is SEC bound, and you see why. That is none other than M.J. Gideon. Going to get in on the fun. He's going to bulldoze a few Austin defenders from that previous touchdown, and then goes right in to it for another one off of 4th down. It was all James Clemens tonight. Juan Johnson and company in his second year get the victory on the road, 45-24. Hey, we had a great matchup over in Athens, Alabama tonight. Golden Eagles of Athens hosting West Morgan. You know, West Morgan hadn't lost a regular season game in their last 34 contests. Rebels looking the part early on. How about the Rebels getting a turnover there to start the contest? Couple of turnovers there for the Rebels. They got the ball back. Jabari Wiggins going to get into the end zone there for the Rebels, putting 6 points on the board. Athens wouldn't go down without a fight on their home turf. A little later in the quarter, Zayden Holman going to hand off the ball to Kaden Bledsoe. Runs it in for the score. Athens gets the job done, 28-6, snapping that state best 34-game winning streak within the regular season for the Rebels. Harvest, Alabama, home of the Sparkman Senators. Spain Park from Birmingham in town tonight against the Senators. Senators moving the football. Hey, Josh Nalen's really good, folks. Quarterback here in our area. You're going to find his receiver, Ransom Thompson Jr. Later, more from Mr. Nalen. He will run it in for an early touchdown in this contest. Sparkman looked good early. Going to be a formidable opponent throughout Class 6A Region 4 in our area. Spain Park just a little too much tonight on the road. Spain Park gets the win tonight, 17-13. John Ritter and the Decatur Red Raiders made the trip to New Market, Alabama, Bucks country to take on David Green and Buckhorn. There's a brand new field. They got a new scoreboard at Tommy R. Ledbetter Stadium. Bucks on the board early. Parker Turley to Zay Palm. That's a nice ball there. Later in this contest, hey, Decatur's defense making a play or two. Parker Turley going to look in the back of the end zone. Look at the safety back there for help over the top. It's Kentarius Morris there for that. Next play, Decatur's Isaiah Allen going to punch it in for a score. So this game went into overtime. We'll just ask anyone in TMP, do we know the final for that one yet, or are we going to effort that? No update yet, so they're still battling over in New Market, Alabama. Great game there.
This is the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by McCurry Van and Car Rental.
North Alabama, this is a show for you. It's interactive. Make sure you tune in to us. Let us know who's winning that game. If you're out there at Tommy R. Ledbetter Stadium, let us know the score. Keep us updated on Facebook, our WAFF 48 sports page as well. A number of ways to get in contact with us tonight. Our first game of the week for Friday Night Blitz OT and Friday Night Blitz takes us to one of the very best venues in all of high school football. That's JPK Stadium, home to the Hartselle Tigers. Tonight, the home team welcoming the Bob Jones Patriots. Hey, Bob Jones got a new head football coach, and he's an alum. It's Seth Parker, who is there in town looking to build the Patriots back to a potential region and title contender. Our own Kaylee Tinglestad was there and has a recap.
A warm but beautiful night for some football, but it's not the start either team wanted with 3 straight punts. But that third punt is where it all changed. Hartselle blocked it to set up the first score of the night. Maddox Southern would run it in to give his team a 7-0 lead. Then on the ensuing drive, Bob Jones, Alex Randolph airs it out but it finds the hands of Hartzell's Trip Reed. He takes it back into Tiger territory, and Hartzell would add another 6 off the turnover. Fast forward a couple drives, Bob Jones blocks the Hartzell field goal, but that sets Bob Jones up on the 1-yard line, and a safety would make it 18-0 for the home team. And with seconds left in the first half, the Tigers tack on with a beauty into the hands of Malachi Pozlacek. It's 25-0 Hartzell at the break. Each side would add some points in the second half, but the damage was done. Hartzell wins week 0, 35-6.
I mean, I think in the special teams and then some turnovers they had, we had some big-time advantages in field position, but our offense executed, and then late especially, we just ran it. I don't think we threw a pass in the second half. Man, Hartzell win. Hartzell football.
Fort Payne up against Scottsboro. Top Cat Trophy on the line, 92nd edition. You saw Colton Harding going to pass to Connor Vaden for a big game. It led to a TD pass by Emery Champagne in that contest. Later, Vaden takes a short pass, but it's fumbled. So it's recovered by Fort Payne. Chris Elmore's bunch, Johnny on the spot there, coming up with a huge turnover. Huge TD, though, from Colton Harding to Theron Miles to increase the lead to 14-0. Fort Payne would not score again at that moment. Scottsboro would come roaring back. How about Tyler Van and company at home getting the win, 20-14. Top Cat Trophy headed back to Scottsboro. And when we get a Top Cat Trophy winner, we got to talk to the coach. And we're talking to none other than Scottsboro's Tyler Van. First off, Coach, congratulations. I know Pat Trimble Stadium was flat out rocking out there tonight. Great atmosphere for these young men and all of our community members out there to watch it. A great game for you. Just walk us through how excited you are for some of the work that was put in from fall camp that kind of showed itself on the football field tonight.
Man, I was super pleased with the guys and how they played. They played really hard tonight. We was dealing with cramps and guys playing both ways. They were resilient in the game. They kept playing. They kept fighting, guys running in and out. And we had so many stoppages for cramps and stuff. But I appreciate what the refs did helping us out as far as stopping the game. Trainers did a really good job getting what we needed to in the players. But it was really tough tonight. And I was really pleased with the resiliency that we played with. A lot of effort and a lot of energy, even in times when things weren't going our way. I mean, we have a gritty bunch. I'm really proud of them. Played physical and just super proud of how our guys answered the call.
Coach, I did want to ask, you mentioned the effort part. When you got so many guys that have kind of been in these positions before during your tenure there at Scottsboro, how impressed have you been with just kind of that leadership? They're great football players. We know that. But the leadership aspect, cramps, it's the first game of the year. It's hot as heck outside, all while trying to battle a quality opponent. Just that leadership, that grit that kind of showed tonight on the football field.
Yeah, man, credit to our seniors and the leadership group, man. They did a really good job of staying positive in huddles, even when things, again, wasn't going our way. We continued to get lined up pretty good, continue to run the football, continue to play physical, and that's just attributed to our guys and their leadership. And you can't, like a player, you need a player-led team to have those things happen. You can't just listen to coaches. You can't hear us on the sideline. And guys were being really positive. I was really proud of them, and that was a big part of winning this game.
Coach, I'll get you out here on this one. What makes Scottsboro, Alabama, this program, the love affair that Scottsboro, Alabama has with this team and all athletics, what makes just that community, one of our communities in North Alabama, truly special on a Friday night?
Man, they just love the game of football. They love their students. They love their kids, and they come out and they show up and they support them. I mean, we had a packed house here tonight, and I'm super pleased. And I love being in this community. I know my family does, I know our coaches' families do, and I know our kids love playing for this community. And just if you come to a sporting event, period, in Scottsboro, there's people show up and they support. Not only do they support in the stands, but man, we have a bunch of businesses in Scottsboro that really take care of our athletic programs. It's a special place to be, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, man. Trammell Stadium's also a very special place to be on Friday night, and we're ready to get you back up here, Carl. It's always fun when you're in town.
Man, I appreciate it, Coach, and I love being there. Rest assured, with this football team, we'll be there. You don't have to worry about that. Listen,
man.
yeah.
I appreciate what you do for high school athletics.
Man, we appreciate you.
Promoting all of our student athletes all across North Alabama. I know our families thank you, and I do appreciate you.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. It's just for these kids and these coaches and these communities, man. This is what we want to do for them, and this is kind of like a love letter each and every Friday night and throughout the weekend for you guys, man. You all put in all the work. Tyler Van, Scottsboro head football coach, 1-0 to start the 2026 high school football season, and more importantly, that Top Cat trophy returning back to Pat Trammell Stadium. Coach Van, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way.
Man, appreciate you, Carl. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Go Wildcats.
Yes, sir. That was Tyler Van, head coach for the Scottsboro Wildcats. Congratulations to Scottsboro. Got that big trophy coming back. Okay, let's head to another contest, Priceville Bulldogs up against the Brewer Patriots. So I was out at this game. Great crowd. And I think I may have watched the best play of the year thus far. I'll shut up. That is Xavion Camel with the score there. They led 22-0 at the time, Priceville. Bulldogs get the win. Unbelievable effort and run from 2-4 there. They win 46-0. All right, folks, super excited about that. We are going to hit the band of the week, yes? Thumbs up. Yeah, thank you all so much, Athens Band of the Week. So our first Band of the Week, big shout out. They made a huge acquisition. You know, college kids doing all these transfer portal things, why not? Athens picks up the former UNA band director to lead the Golden Eagles. Congratulations to Athens, amazing band, just a true bunch, special bunch to listen to during halftime each and every week. All right. These young men and women work hard all summer. They sound great already. We're going to head to more highlights. You see them on your screen there. More Friday Night Blitz OT after the break.
You're watching Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing and Woody Anderson Ford.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. One of these teams, it's called Geraldine Bulldogs. They got a ton of lofty expectations. Tonight, they hosted a state championship finalist in Anniston. This was no contest. Geraldine's for real, folks. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with because of that man right there. Jordan Langford is one of the best running backs in our area, a flat-out beast. A lot of highlights of him, a lot of points scored for Geraldine that ends in a victory. Bulldogs get win number 1 of the year, 54-22. How about the Sylvania Rams at home, hosting the Panthers of Collinsville. Sylvania and Mason McAteer are going to pass to number 6. He's going to drop it after this huge hit from King Greason. More from Collinsville. How about the QB? A little QB keeper for a decent game right there. And then more from Collinsville. Pass from Mason McAteer to Noah Johnson down the sideline for a good catch and run. In the end of this contest, Collinsville, they pick up a win. That's a senior-laden bunch for that program. Watch out for the Collinsville Panthers as well this year. They win 24-8. Collinsville Panthers at home tonight against Jasper at Milton Franks Stadium. Early in the first quarter, Abram Aguilar going to scramble in the backfield. Going to get this pass downfield to a wide receiver. It will be Mikael Ellison. Buying a little time, steps out of the pocket, keeps his head downfield, going to lob it over the top of the defense, and one's going to do a little work. Down the sideline, out of the sideline, that's a 20, 30-yard game. Panthers now within the 20-yard line. Aguilar going to find Xavier Drake for the catch. Panthers were up 7-0 early, but Jasper would roar back and make amends for some of the early mistakes in that contest. Jasper gets the win at Milton Frank on the road, 28-14. How about the Arabian Knights of Arab playing with heavy hearts this year? Longtime announcer Ronnie Shoemate passed away back in December. A great man, great family. Shoemate was also a county commissioner for Marshall County as well. His son sharing an unbelievable message on social media earlier today saying he knows his dad is still cheering on Arab, especially tonight against Gunnersville. Super, super special tribute. Great family there. Prayers go out to the Shoemate family as well. We shall head to Troy Belize Stadium for this said game. Gunnersville Wildcats with first-year head coach Will Lang taking on Kyle Rowden Company. Listen, one thing you will understand about both of these programs, tough and physical. And as you would imagine, this was a flat-out rock fight throughout. Defensive battle, Wildcats D came up. Arabs D came up as well, matching that intensity. The Knights would come up with a 4th-down stop to end the Wildcats scoring threat. Arab would score 2 late touchdowns in this contest. That would be the difference. And for the first time since 2018, the Gunnersville Wildcats shut out. They fall in a really good game, 14-0. Okay, so before we get to the play of the week, we got a final from a Newton Market. Buckhorn going to take care of Decatur 23-20 in overtime. Coach Green and company get a big win at a newly revamped Tommy R. Ledbetter Stadium. I'm excited to get out there. It looks fantastic from our video and our cameras that were out there for Friday Night Blitz. So congratulations to Buckhorn, John Ritter, and Decatur. Really close. Really close. Look out for them to make some noise as well during their regular season. Let's head to our plays of the week. Here's one of them. Big fella, running back from Priceville. Touchdown. Nice run from the Priceville running back. How about the Buckhorn Bucks? We just mentioned them. Tommy R. Ledbetter Stadium winners of a game 23-20. Buckhorn with this deep pass. Good for our play of the week number 2 nominee. And North Jackson from a game on Thursday night inside Milton Frank Stadium. One-handed defensive interception. And a spin there going the other way for a nice game. So here are your finalists. It's Priceville, it's Buckhorn, it's North Jackson. Voting is live right now, folks. WAFF.com. You can vote for either of these 3 plays. The poll will close Wednesday afternoon at 3. We will then announce our first play of the week winner during our 6 p.m. newscast. Let's get to the scoreboard, shall we? Plainview gets a win over a Good Hope. Plainview is a good program too. Preseason #1 ranked team in their classification. They're in the same classification as Geraldine. Excited to see where that goes this season. Russellville and Daryl Higgins squeak by Dessler by 1 as Coach Higgins gets his first win as a Golden Tigers head football coach. Big matchup next week. That's all I'll say. Albertville takes care of Paul Bryant. Congratulations to Albertville. Really have built this program, continue to find a way to get a win tonight after some tough years over the last couple of years. Big shout out to the Aggies getting a win. McAdory all over lead, 51-6. Pickens County shuts out Vina 40-0. Lindsay Lane gets a win over Brindley Mountain in their first varsity football game there. Big shout out to my man Jimmy Nave and company getting the win over Brindley Mountain. How about our second scoreboard that will come up after the break as we wrap up and put a nice little bow on Friday Night Blitz OT. Never too early to talk about next week. A lot of games as we look at a few scores from tonight. Okay, so check this out on your screen. Shout out to the Falcons of Lincoln County. They play in this stadium, y'all, that's called the Pit, and it is super awesome. One of those venues that you just kind of want to go see if you're in this area in the southeast. Lincoln County from Tennessee, went on the road to take on Marshall County. They win 35-24. Fayetteville on the road against Columbia Academy in Tennessee. They fall by 28-27. We mentioned our game of the week. Hartselle takes care of Bob Jones 35-6 to win their first game of the season under head coach Bert Newton. Scottsboro, we heard from Coach Tyler Van, amazing man. Chris Elmore, amazing man. Two amazing communities battling it out for a Top Cat trophy. Scottsboro wins the 92nd edition of that contest 20-14 tonight at Tremont Stadium. Athens rallies back after falling behind early. Cody Gross and company get their first win of the year, 28-6. And Juan Johnson and James Clemens takes care of Austin. You will hear a lot from both of these two programs in their respective classifications. James Clemens in 6A, highest classification in the state. Austin plays in 5A under head coach Jeremy Perkins. Never too early, as I mentioned, folks, to talk about a few games from next week. And we got some good ones. Really good ones to lead us right into week one of the high school football season. You see them on your screen. How about Oak Mountain making the trek to Buckhorn to take on the Bucks fresh off of a win tonight, see if they can move to 2-0. One team looking for their first win, another team looking for their second win in as many weeks. Athens will host the Patriots of Bob Jones. Listen, first to 25-30 may win that contest next week. Albertville going to make the trek to Hazel Green. Albertville got the big win tonight. Fellas, I believe Hazel Green, they won. They took care of Huffman earlier this week. Okay, so they did lose. So Hazel Green and Coach David O'Connor, who came over from Giles County in Tennessee, he's back in Hazel Green. He's looking to win his first game as Trojans head coach. Columbia has a big game tomorrow night. They're trying to snap a 100-plus game losing streak. They face Greensboro tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Milton Frank Stadium. If they win that contest, what an amazing amount of momentum and excitement for this program as they would potentially take on East Limestone coming up next Friday. Arab going to take on Ardmore. Decatur going to take on Grissom. Plenty of games across the board. We will also announce our week one game of the week for Friday Night Blitz and our tailgate tour show as well as we get you prepared for the second week of the year. This is how this works. 11 weeks to play 10 games. So when we say week 0, of course we know it's the first week, but we just put 0 because week 10 will be the final week. I'm trying to do some math, carry the 1 to 10. Everybody in TNP's like, let's go home. We're going to go home. Friday Night Blitz Overtime. Big thanks to Drake State Community College for joining us as our sponsor for this show. Folks, get out, enjoy the weekend, the last weekend before college football kicks off, but we'll get ready for high school football starting next week as week one runs out of the tunnel across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley. Good night, everyone.